What are you capable of? When was the last time you really pushed yourself? Sadly, we don't do that often enough. But when we do, we really discover what we're made of. In this video, I share with you a personal story that I hope inspires you to see what you're capable of. At the end, I have a big announcement that's going to help you do just that. This past weekend, I volunteered for the Adventure Team Challenge. It's an adventure race put on by the charity World Team Sports. World Team Sports was formed in 1993 by Jim Benson. When he was in high school, one of the other students was disabled. And he was very capable, but he was excluded from a lot of the events. He decided that if he ever had the opportunity, he was going to make a difference. So the charity puts on about 8 various events throughout the year. But the Adventure Team Challenge Adventure Race has kind of become their signature event. There's nothing else like it. There are teams of 5 people each. One person has to be a quadriplegic or paraplegic. One person has to have some other disability, whether it's blind, amputee, brain injury, PTSD, and then 3 able-bodied athletes. They mountain bike, they whitewater raft, they rappel, they zip line, they have to hike and orienteer with a compass. And many of these people have never done anything like this, whether disabled or able-bodied. Most people don't even know each other, so when they come together, they have to meet and build relationships and help each other out to get through this adventure race. This event changes lives. The disabled athletes, they discover that they can do so much more than they ever dreamed possible after an injury. And the able-bodied athletes, when you're racing along and you're tired and you want to quit and you're hot and you're hurting and you look over and your teammate next to you has one leg and he's suffering because he just got a new prosthetic, but he's pushing through, believe me, you dig deep and you keep going. Because if he doesn't want to let you down, you don't want to let him down. Everybody is so completely moved at the end of the weekend. And it doesn't matter how much you suffered throughout the day. When you cross the finish line, there are grins everywhere. Imagine the possibilities of what you would be capable of. What do you dream of doing? The first time I volunteered for this event 5 years ago, I did it simply because a friend needed help. She'd asked the 2 years prior, and I'm like, I don't feel like camping. I kept postponing. But since then, that event changed my life. That first weekend, I was a volunteer and I had to get to the first checkpoint before the team in the lead did. They were moving along faster than we expected. So they're racing one direction, I'm racing the other direction. I have 2 volunteers with me from Florida. I keep getting this lost. I thought I was gonna kill them. We'd get to a ravine, we'd have to backtrack, we're climbing up rocks. We made it to the checkpoint 5 minutes before the first team did. Later on that weekend, an older woman didn't eat or drink water all day while she was racing, and so she was suffering from a mild case of hypothermia. I curled up with her in a tent, got her to drink some Gatorade, and then she started to feel better. I was getting 4 hours sleep, but it didn't matter. I couldn't wait for the day to start again. When I left that race, I happened to go to a leadership conference for work. I was working a corporate job back then. And as part of that, I got a free 1-hour session with the life coach. So I asked her, how do I get that feeling in my day-to-day job? She asked me a bunch of questions. I'm like, no, that's not it. So she didn't really give me the answers, but she really got me thinking. Because a lot of times when you know what you don't want, it just makes what you do want a little bit more clear. When I walked out of her office, she'd give me some resources to go research. And I sat in my car and I thought, how does she do what she does? Those simple 2 questions changed my life and set me on a path that I'm so grateful that I had the courage to take. Now that I look back and reflect on the path that I've gone to get where I am now and doing this love of coaching and helping other people, I decided to outline all the steps that I took so I can help others find their passion. I'm releasing a new program called Find Your Passion, Ignite Your Life. And it's going to get you thinking about what you really want, what your strengths are, what brings out your best, and how you can help others. Because I promise you, when you step out of yourself and you're of service to others, it feeds your soul in ways that you could never have dreamed of. I'm here to help you. I'm always willing to just get on the phone and chat for 15 minutes. And if I can't help you, I promise you I'll track down somebody who can. So I challenge you today to think about, what are you capable of? When was the last time you pushed yourself? And how can you be of service to others? To get you started, I created a book called The Savvy Girl's Guide to Discover Your Passion. It's free, and it's the first step I took when I wanted to make a change. Go check it out, grab your copy, and let me know how it goes. I definitely want to hear.